Bradley Walsh has always had a way of capturing attention without even trying. Whether he's cracking jokes, hosting one of Britain's favorite quiz shows, or simply being himself, he brings an energy that makes people feel instantly at ease. But recently, something unexpected happened, something that fans noticed long before he said a single word about it. And when he finally chose to speak, it left audiences both surprised and deeply moved. It all began quietly, without any dramatic announcement or press release, just small things, moments that viewers picked up on, like the slight tension behind his usual smile, or the way he paused mid-sentence as if he was holding something back. For someone who built a career on effortless charm, even the smallest shift felt noticeable. People wondered, was he tired? Was something changing behind the scenes? Or was Bradley simply going through one of those phases where life shifts and you have to adjust? Rumors grew. Fans whispered online. Clips were replayed and slowed down. But through it all, Bradley stayed silent until now. When he finally spoke, his voice carried warmth, honesty, and that signature Walsh humor that manages to take any serious moment and make it feel just a little lighter. He didn't come forward with anger or frustration. Instead, he shared a story filled with unexpected pressure, surprising challenges, and some behind-the-scenes emotions that fans rarely get to see. But before diving into the revelation itself, you have to understand the world Bradley lives in. Television looks glamorous from the outside. Bright lights, smooth edits, perfect timing, and polished punchlines. But behind those flawless moments are long hours, late meetings, last-minute script changes, and the kind of pressure that builds slowly, quietly, until it demands attention. And Bradley, for all his humor and confidence, is still human. According to those close to him, a lot had been happening behind the scenes. The tension didn't come from drama or conflict, but from responsibility, something Bradley takes incredibly seriously. Whether he's on set, working with co-stars, or preparing for a major broadcast, he gives everything he has. And sometimes giving everything comes with a cost. Part of that responsibility includes the pressure of being the person everyone expects to stay upbeat, funny, and expressive. Imagine walking into a room every day knowing people rely on your energy to carry the entire atmosphere. That's a heavy weight, even when you love the job. But here's what makes Bradley different. He never wanted anyone to worry, so he kept going, kept smiling, kept entertaining, even when things behind the curtain were getting more complicated. And when the tension rose, he handled it the only way he knows how, with humor, unexpected charm, and the occasional joke that had the entire set laughing, even during stressful moments. But as weeks passed, the shift became more noticeable. There were days when his smile looked a little more practiced than natural, days when his usual quick comeback took a second longer, days when he seemed quieter between takes, lost in thought in ways that didn't match his usual lively self. People close to him encouraged him to speak up, not to the public, just to someone, anyone. But Bradley is the kind of person who worries more about others than himself. He didn't want to create concern, so he stayed silent, trying to manage everything on his own. Eventually, though, silence always reaches a breaking point, and when he finally chose to open up, fans were stunned, not because his story was filled with scandal, but because it was so real, so human, and so much more relatable than anyone expected. Bradley explained that the tension fans noticed came from juggling too many responsibilities at once. New projects, heavy workloads, unexpected pressures, everything began stacking up. He didn't want to disappoint the people who watch him. He didn't want to disappoint the production team. And most of all, he didn't want to lose the spark that made his work meaningful in the first place. He admitted with a laugh that even he wasn't immune to stress, and in classic Bradley fashion, he joked about needing a holiday, a cup of tea, and maybe someone to hide his phone so he couldn't accept more work. It was humor, yes, but humor built on truth. But the moment that truly surprised fans wasn't the stress itself, it was what he said next.
Bradley revealed that behind the scenes, he had been supported by people who genuinely cared about him, people who reminded him to breathe, to slow down, and to focus on the moments that actually matter. That support, he said, helped him realize he didn't need to carry everything alone. And in that realization, something changed in him that fans hadn't seen in a while. He found new motivation, new excitement, new energy that reminded him why he fell in love with entertainment in the first place. And with that shift, the tension that fans noticed began to fade. He didn't sugarcoat anything. He didn't pretend life had magically become perfect. Instead, he shared the truth. Even the strongest, funniest, most confident people can feel overwhelmed. Even those who seem unshakable sometimes face days where they don't feel like themselves. And that honesty is what shocked fans the most, not because it was dramatic, but because it was real. What makes Bradley's story so powerful is how relatable it feels. Everyone knows what it's like to feel pressured. Everyone knows what it's like to pretend everything is fine. Everyone knows what it's like to push forward even when you're tired. Hearing someone like Bradley speak openly about those feelings created a moment of connection, a reminder that behind every smile is a human being with a story. As he wrapped up his message, Bradley added a touch of lighthearted humor, joking that if fans saw him looking tired again, they should send him a cup of coffee through the screen. It was classic Walsh, humorous, charming, and deeply sincere all at once. But he also left a message that resonated deeply, that it's okay to rest, okay to speak up, and okay to admit when life feels overwhelming. Even the strongest people need support. Even the brightest personalities have quiet moments. Fans responded with an outpouring of love, messages, and encouragement. People praised his bravery, celebrated his honesty, and shared their own stories in return. The connection between Bradley and his fans has always been strong, but this moment strengthened it even more. And now, as he moves forward with renewed energy, there's a sense of excitement surrounding what he'll do next. His future projects feel brighter, his presence feels lighter, and his fans feel closer to him than ever before. Bradley Walsh didn't break his silence with scandal or drama. He broke it with honesty, humor, and heart. And that, perhaps, is what truly stunned everyone. If you want more stories, behind-the-scenes insights, and emotional journeys just like this one, stay connected, because more incredible moments are on the way.